Hi, this is Karon Thackston with MarketingWords.com and CopywritingCourse.com here with another edition of the Marketing Words video blog column. And I have a note from Jackie, who is interested in blogging. She said they don't have a blog right now. They want to start a blog at their company, but she's not exactly sure how to go about doing that, so she's looking for some tips. And I have a few for you here. And I also have a webinar this month for you about blogging, and I have some other blogging resources that I want to give you as well. So let's get to it. Jackie, when you're writing blog posts, it's similar to writing full-blown articles in that a couple of things carry over from one to the other. Now, the first is that you really have to have an engaging title for your blog post. You don't want to just say information about translations or things of that nature. You need a blog post that's inviting. 3 professional tips for expert level translations, or insider tips on making your international real estate transaction go smoothly, or something to that effect. So you want a title that is going to make people sit up and go, wow, I need to know what's the deal with this particular blog post. I want to read the information. Once you get them there through the title, because that's pretty much all that they're going to look at and make their snap decision about whether they want to read the rest or not. But you need to keep their interest with your opening paragraph. Make that strong, make it engaging, draw them in, build their curiosity about what you're getting ready to tell them in the rest of your blog post. All the information that you include when you're blogging needs to be engaging to your reader. I think oftentimes the biggest mistake that new bloggers make is they want to write all about their company, and it's not about you, it's about them. You need to have topics that are interesting to your site visitors. You need to have blog post on a schedule that is suitable to your site visitors. Everything needs to revolve around them. And if you're unsure about whether a topic is too company oriented and not customer oriented enough, ask some people. Maybe when you're starting out, you can get some of your very best customers, people that you trust, to be sort of an advisory board of sorts. And perhaps they would allow you to email them your blog posts before you do it, or a list of topics to see which they find would be more exciting, more engaging, and more interesting to them. So that's another idea, is to get some people who can help you out and give you a little bit of advice. And nobody better to do that than your own customers. So once you get the title and you get the opening paragraph and you get the topics that are interesting to your customers, then you need a way to write the blog post itself. And what you want to do is use some techniques that we do in copywriting. You might want to tell a story. Perhaps you've got someone who came in or called you or emailed you that was in a huge rush. They had absolutely forgotten to have the translations done for an international real estate deal, or the closing of an estate, or something to that effect. And by the way, I keep referring to translations because Jackie is with an international translation firm, so that's why I'm using these examples for her. But what you can do is tell that story of how things went so wrong and how your company was able to make them right, and show them step by step what you did. Offer a moral to the story, if you will. Once you finish telling this tale, you can say something to the effect of, so when you are planning international translations, or getting your student visa, or whatever, these documents need to be translated. Make plans to have them done so you aren't hit with rush fees and your schedule is set behind and what have you. It's all a good idea. I'm looking at some notes I jotted, is why I keep glancing down. You also can provide information that's related to your business, but maybe not, excuse me, directly involved with your business. So again, using the translation idea, perhaps you could do top 3 tips or top 5 tips for successful international real estate transactions. You can talk with some international real estate agents or attorneys or things like that and ask them what things go wrong most. And of course, you would want to include as one of those 3 tips having the necessary documents translated in time and getting that on their schedule to remind them that that's a very important aspect of doing these translations. The same with closing estates in other countries, with getting student visas and moving everything over. Perhaps there are documents that people always forget to have translated when they're planning to send a student from one country to another. But you get the general idea. All of that is interesting blog information. Company news is another one that a lot of companies want to put on their blog, and that's okay every now and then. If you're Macintosh or Microsoft and your company news involves the release of the iPad 2 or a new operating system that Microsoft is coming out with, all of that is very interesting. But for most of us, because we have a new president or a new senior sales representative or something to that effect, maybe not so much. So jot down a list of possible blogs. Go back to your little advisory board or some other folks that you've been able to find if you can't get clients to fill that role, and sort out what types of topics are going to be very engaging to your readers. That'll give you a good list to choose from. Maybe at first you want to start putting up a blog post once every other week, and then as you get the hang of it and it starts to come more naturally, you can do once a week or twice a week or something to that effect. So the good thing about blog posts, unlike articles, they don't have to be any certain length. Most of the time you want articles to be around 500 to 700 words or somewhere in that neighborhood. Blog post, you can pop off a quick blog post that's 250 words as long as it has a lot of good information in it. They don't have to be as long as articles are, so they can be really quick to do. We're going to cover a lot more information in the free webinar this month, so I have details for you on the Marketing Words Copywriting blog. Just look below the video and we'll get that information in the registration link for you. And then there's some other great blogging resources that you can also use to create a blog or improve a blog. I have to show you this. This is a blooper reel. Let me see if I can turn the camera around real quick. Here's my cat. He's decided to come jump up on the table. I'm sitting outside on my picnic table because it's such a wonderful morning. Meet Chase. He's the one that's over here rubbing this box that I have my video camera sitting on. So now you've caught me. I'm a pet lover. I'm a pet lover. The information's below. Please sign up, and I hope to see you at the free webinar in a couple of weeks. And we'll go into a lot of great information about how to write excellent blog posts. I'm Karon Thackston with marketingwords.com and copywritingcourse.com. Have a great week.